Hello people, my name is Rage and welcome to some more Hearthstone Journey to Legend, where we play some ranked constructive, have a good time, own some face and then get denied by complete bullshit RNG. The full package of Hearthstone goodness. Now, I've been having a kind of rocky experience in ranked so far. I smoothly sailed from the high, really bad ranks all the way down to 6 with Hugo Boom 4.0, my Shaman control deck. But from rank 6, I've been bouncing back between 6 and 7, as you can see, and I'm just kind of not feeling it with the Shaman at the moment. I may have shamaned myself out. So, because I refuse to play the annoying as hell legendary drop after legendary drop Control Warrior, and my, while really fun, cool take on Zoolock that involves a few cards you don't normally see, and a few rarely used legendaries called because that's amazing, and even a Malygos Shaman deck, which is actually hilarious, that has Frost Shock of all cards in it. I thought, why not have a go at the old Miracle Rogue? So I built this deck based on the cards that I've seen used against me when facing a Miracle Rogue. So it might not be the most perfect, streamlined, completely good Miracle Rogue, and again, I just built it out of the Rogue cards that I had. But I'm kind of hoping that it's gonna do alright. I've played a few games with it, I've won a few games with it, and it does genuinely feel like quite a fun deck to play. Now, having played against it, and having played as it, I believe it to be a harder deck to play than it looks when you're facing it, but it's still reasonably easy. Okay, so Shaman is likely going to be playing for the long game, which means I can afford to keep a sort of more draw power focused hand, so I'm going to keep the Auctioneer, and these ones are all kind of good, because it means once I get to turn 5, I can go ridiculous and really go off on one. Just rant about how everything sucks and it's just bullshit. But seriously, alright, I was at rank 8 at one point a couple days ago, and that was from being rank 6 and 4 stars. Needless to say, I was not a happy bunny. Really, I hate that Shamans of all classes, the noble Shaman, has started running freaking Argent Squires. It bugs me, does that, because Argent Squire to me is the embodiment of scumbag turn 1 plays that those terrible warlocks in their dark demon infested alleys having sick fun with wow, that went really dark and weird really quickly. But either way, what I'm trying to say, oh wow, I'm really surprised I didn't get a taunt totem there, because that would have been typical. Ooh, backstab, lovely, another 0 mana spell for when I hit turn 5. So for now, I am simply going to... There's not that much danger in letting him keep the spell power totem at the moment, simply because there's nothing for him to use it against. However, I am going to hit it so I can slowly kill it. Yes, indeed. So it's a weird playstyle being a Miracle Rogue, because you play against it and you're there like, come on, yep, keep playing more cards, keep drawing, oh my god, this is played like 15 cards this turn, this is ridiculous, so on and so forth. And it's so... I actually have to say, genuinely fun doing that from the other perspective. It really is. So I could backstab. I don't want to let him have all the cards in the world, so I could backstab and then attack it, but that gets rid of but then the eviscerate for the prep at turn. Yeah, okay, Brain did things, and now Brain has decided to kill that with that. Good going, Brain. Brain is happy. Brain could please you. Rage. Thank you, Brain. Rage here. I don't know. Wait, why did I just tell my brain that Rage is here? I have no idea, honestly. Call that totem! You see if oh, I do actually care. That's annoying totem for you to have called. It really is. I don't like taunt totems. They get in the way of things happening. I think I maybe turn 5 Azure Draking here, simply because I'm not in a desperate rush to go on the Mega Draw Power Rush. Mega Rush Draw Power Rush. To be fair, Miracle Rogues could be described... Ooh, I could do with Fan of Knives. Oh, Shiv is absolutely fine as well, but do I want to Shiv the 1 health? I think that is probably the most accurate thing to do here. Though that isn't... No, because if I Shiv that, I can then eviscerate that. And the thing is, early game, the eviscerates are in this deck literally for the purpose of clearance. They're not here in order to do damage to the opponent. That comes from your Leroy bouncing back with Shadow Step, from your Cold Bloods, and from the few minions that you do get on the board. So honestly, using it like that is completely fine. Good, so I just need to keep him from being in a position where I can't come back from it. Next turn I'll be dropping a Drake, which will force a more severe reaction from him. He's trying to hold on to his cards because he knows he's in no rush to play stuff, because I'm in no rush to play stuff. This guy knows what he's doing against a Miracle Rogue, but it's all good. Ooh, Van Cleef, that is not a bad thing to draw, yes indeed. But there we go, into the other Drake. That's good. I'm in a very good position to go mental. 2 preparations in my hand is fantastic. The Shadow Step is glorious if I was to get Leroy. And I kind of want Fan of Knives so I can Leroy safely without giving him 6 whelps. Because, of course, I want to go for the double bounce back of Doubleshire. Valera is like the only character I least know in WoW lore from the characters of the 9, which is why I've always been kind of drawn away from rogues. I never really liked the rogue playstyle in WoW itself, because it was always kind of scummy to me. Now, the Drake might not have been the best play because of the spell power totem. It means he can lightning bolt and get a really effective trade. There it is, but it's much better than me playing my Auctioneer, simply because then the Auctioneer would have died, and the Auctioneer is the most valuable card in this deck, because without it I can't do the mega ridiculous drawing stuff. Okay, so here is where I have a decision to make, but I think what I'm going to do is just again stall for just a little bit longer. Hey, there we go. Alright, that is absolutely perfect. Yes, indeed. Next turn, I will be going mental because I can afford to both Auctioneer and Dagger. So I'll be playing the Auctioneer. I will be prepping, seeing what I draw, more than likely Fan of Knivesing, because of my spell power. If that's not dead, that will kill all of those guys, though I would be very surprised if this Drake made it to my next turn. He's almost certainly got his second Lightning Bolt. He's 11 cards into it. Actually, to be fair, statistically, there's about an 8% chance of him having the second card. Basically, what the math is when you're playing a Hearthstone game. Okay, so he's probably not going to Lightning Bolt. No, he's going to Rock Biter himself to do 10 damage to me, or is he going to hit the Drake? He's going to hit the Drake, that's fair enough, and then I'm going to take 5 damage to the face. Okay, but yes, statistically, someone has about a 40% chance of having a card in their hand if they have 2 copies in their deck, and about an 8% chance once they've used their first card. So there you go, bit of maths. Okay, so first things first, we're going to prep. That'll get us an extra card, a Loot Hoarder, not the most useful thing right now, but then we may Fan of Knives, which is going to get the SI7 agent, which I cannot play at the moment, but the Deadly Poison, of course, is useful. But I can't help noticing how I don't want him to have spell power, and I don't want to bounce the Auctioneer back either, and I can just do this again next turn. I'm not in a desperate rush to play all of my cards, I have to say. So what I could do, I don't want to leave the spell power. It's kind of an awkward situation here. I may just, in fact, eviscerate the Wrath of Air Totems, but I'm not looking for free spells, that's the thing, so I can afford... Yeah, I'm going to run the risk of using my second prep here. Okay, that's fine, and then I can use the free Eviscerate to get rid of the Air Totem, because it's a higher chance of my Auctioneer surviving. He would have to hit twice with the Doomhammer. It's pretty good. And from this point onwards, 4 cards in my hand, 8, 9. I can afford to draw next turn. Alright, this is pretty good. I've drawn a lot of cards. Once I get Leroy onto this, I should be in a position where I can start to bring it home in terms of damage. I'd like to draw Conceal next turn, because that would give me the ability to conceal, don't feel, don't let it go. But it would also let me put a massive Edwin Van Cleef on the board, which would be unkillable to a Shaman, because their only AoE is Lightning Storm, and it's not high enough damage without Mega Spell Power to burst through a stealthed, high-powered Edwin Van Cleef. The funny thing is, I recently opened Edwin Van Cleef in a pack like 3 days ago, so I kind of took that as a sign that the universe is telling me I need to play a Miracle Rogue. Alright, what you got for me, Mr. Thrally Boy? I feel bad being a Shaman, because they're my favourite class still, and I kind of don't like defeating them with stuff that when I'm a Shaman I'm like, this bullshit, this is bullshit, if you get me. I also want a Blade Flurry. I haven't drawn any of my Blade Flurries, and I've only got 10 cards left in my deck. But look at the difference, right? I have 9 cards in my hand and 10 left in my deck. He has 18 in his deck and 6 in his hands. The amount more cards I have played. Ooh, an Argent Commander has been cropping up quite a lot in a lot of Shaman decks, and I don't know. I don't like it that much, simply because it's a little bit too aggressive for me. Ooh, deadly poison. That is not bad at all. Okay, so it's time to draw more things and go for the victory here. So, deadly poison onto my weapons, and there's a backstab, absolutely glorious, that's going to kill him, that's what I was after, and there is Leroy. Yes, indeed, Leroy is definitely someone I was after there. Now, I could put the second deadly poison on my weapon, but I think that would be a bad idea simply because I've only got one hit with it. But actually, no, I do want to save it, because if I do draw my Blade Flurry, that means I can do a 6 damage board clear, just in case there's any taunts hiding around the place. So in the essence of drawing more cards, I can't really get much off this auctioneer. I am new to playing Miracle Rogue, that's why I'm not doing the best decisions, perhaps. But I think that will do. All I need to draw next turn is my second Shadow Step, and I'm in a fantastic position for winning the game. And it also depends if he's going to get rid of my second Auctioneer. I might force a Hex out of him, which is fine by itself. He's only got 6 of his cards. He can't have that much going for him. And I'm at least going to get 2 more draws. And we've only 7 cards left. All I need is either a Blade Flurry or the second Shadow Step, and I could be okay. That is fine. It's not a taunt. It's not going to do anything for me, and it's used over half his mana. That is absolutely perfect. This is probably going to be a silent shock, earthy shock, so I don't get the draw and it kills it, which is a fine play to make, but it does mean he has less stuff to deal with the Auctioneer, which is not something he wants to leave me with. He may have his other Lightning Bolt, which of course would be fantastic because of the 4 damage, but we shall see. I'm kind of a more slower, deliberate Miracle Rogue at the moment, simply because I'm not that experienced with it. Not that experienced at all, laddies! Come on, Shaman, play that totem, don't be shy. Put a needle through your eye. Ah! That's the needle through the eye sound, because it would be quite painful, you have to admit. What's he doing? Ah, he is hexing my Gadget Scan Auctioneer, which is fair enough, but I should be okay, okay? Emphasis on should here, that's the main deal. I kind of need to draw the second back step to my hand. Hey! Glorious. So 10, 6, another 6, that makes 12. Can I do it, actually? Can I kill him with the cards in my hand? I can play Leroy, do 6 damage, backstep him, do 6 damage, that's 12. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, no, I can't. I can't. I can do 12, 22, 24 damage. No, I can do 25 damage this turn. That is upsetting beyond belief. That really, really is. No! Let me just make sure I've got the maths right, because you have to get the maths right. I can play Leroy, do 6 damage, 20 health. Play Leroy again, do another 6 damage, 14 health. Play Leroy with Cold Blood. That puts him to 5, and then, yeah, I cannot kill him. That is so awkward. Alright, well what I'm going to have to do is stall for 1 extra turn because I need the 1 extra mana, and I am going to play the Loot Hoarder. I'm going to bounce the sap. I am going to bounce the sap to his hand, and then I'm simply going to play the Van Cleef, because I think that's the most sensible thing to do. It might focus a little bit of removal from him, and that'll do. Now, there is a potential here. Oh, no, he's already used 1 Rockbiter, so I'm fine. There's not much in a Shaman deck that can burst kill me from 15 health. I should know I play them extensively. This is where I get proven awfully wrong and lose in a terrible, terrible twist of fate. But next turn, I have definitely won because I've got 6 from my weapon, 12 from Leroy, that makes 18, and then another 10 from the final Leroy with Cold Blood, 28 damage, which is perfect. So all I need is to not die and for him to not have a taunt. In any situation, I win, but he also has to deal with Van Cleef and my 2-1, which should have helped me hammer through any taunts that he does play. I'm feeling pretty good right now, with only 6 cards left in my deck. He obviously knows that he is up shit creek right now, which is why he's drawing again, but that's good. Again, 5 mana on something that is not going to be effective against me. He's probably a bit too focused on dealing with this 6/6 Edwin Van Cleef, because it does look pretty beefy and pretty threatening. And I can't believe I haven't drawn my Conceal at any point. That's awkward. But it's okay, guys. We're okay. We've won. We've done it. I've Miracle Rogue. Not as hard as a lot of people do, but fortunately, I went against a Shaman. That is fine. Have your lava burst. I don't care. And even if this is a taunt totem, it is fine. In fact, no, it wouldn't have been fine. A taunt totem would have stopped me winning there. Typically, he takes the extra damage, but there we go. Game over. Well played, sir. Well played. The 10 mana Leroy Dream turn is go. Leroy Jenkins, #1. Then back to the hand, Mr. Leroy. Yes, indeed. Hi, how are you doing? Good to welcome you back. Go get him again! The second Leroy, there it is. And then back to the hand once again, Mr. Leroy. And you are going to go out. Boom. And do the final bit of damage with Cold Blood. And I'm going to put the final Deadly Poison on and do the final 6 damage. Oh, really? Do I, Thrall? And there, right there, ladies and gentlemen, is the bullshitness of Miracle Rogue. Now, that was against a lot slower control-based deck, so I have all the time in the world to set this up. It doesn't work as smoothly when you're going against aggro, because you really are forced to burn your cards early. But you shall see. I also don't have an Assassin's Blade in this deck, which a lot of Miracle Rogues tend to use, but I kind of don't like it. It's very slow and you can't afford to take that much damage hitting things, but it does save you on Deadly Poisons, because if you can put 2 Deadly Poisons on an Assassin's Blade, you get like 28 damage of output, which is really good. Hey, another Shaman! Awesome! Typically, I can't get away from Shamans in my video, so because I'm facing a Shaman, I want to have draw power. I've got the Shiv, I've got the Drake. Honestly, I'm happy to keep the Prep and the Sap because they're very useful. The Prep, of course, letting me go off from turn 5 once I draw into the Auctioneer. The Sap, good for removing big threats like old Raggy Boy. Sap is such a good tempo bringer. If your opponent, let's say, is on 6 mana, they've got nothing on their board, they play Khan Bloodhoof. It goes to you, you're now on 6 mana, you spend 2 to get rid of Khan, their turn is wasted, and you've got 4 mana to then apply pressure. It's like it skips your opponent's turn for the cost of 2 mana is Sap. It's such a good tempo play. Tempo basically means to have the sort of, you're leading the game, you're the one making the plays that your opponent is reacting to, and that would mean you have more tempo, and having more tempo is key to winning. Card advantage, tempo, and health are your main 3 things that you're trying to work with. Cards revolve around sacrificing one of those 3 things for the gain of 1 or 2 of the others. It's all very mathematical when you get right down to it. End your turn. Don't be one of those Shaman that has a Argent Commander. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And I'm going second, which as a Miracle Rogue is glorious because the coin is a free extra draw with your Auctioneer, which is, it is ridiculous how much extra win percent you get going second as a Miracle Rogue. It's absolutely insane because now as soon as I get to turn 5, I can play it, coin up, I can prep, do my Shiv. I've already got like 6 draws in my hand and I've got both Saps. This game, I have got a stellar opening hand. I really, really do. Turn 6 should be where I go crazy mental completely. And I love that it's a goblin, a greedy goblin of the Auctioneer variety, which I know all too well from my WoW days. Hey, how you doing? We got great that was the worst goblin impression you've ever seen. Yay, it's not a taunt totem, meaning I can still poke away at him. Take that, bitch. Yeah, the bitch got taked. I don't know why the bitch got taked, but the bitch got taked. I might as well use Shiv, actually, but it is a double draw with an Auctioneer, so it's kind of, I want to save it to be greedy, and against a Shaman I really can. Almost certainly against a more aggressive deck, Shiv would have been used earlier for the purposes of staying alive. Ooh, the Spell Power Totem, that is tempting to Shiv and hit. I apologize for the sudden jump cut, ladies and gentlemen. My hard drive threw a fit, and consequently I lost a little bit of that game, but do not fret, not much of note has happened. He did play a Totemic Might to buff his totems to 4 health, as you can see 1 is left, which is a little bit suspicious, because that really doesn't happen often. But there's nothing I couldn't deal with. Now, I've lost a Drake to a Lightning Bolt spell power just now, and everything else is going pretty Okay. Coin. We'll use our free bonus coin that we got, and then I am going to return the Unbound to the hand. Yes, indeed. I'm going to kill the spell power with a backstab. That is the best thing. And I have both Shadow Steps and Leroy already
which is absolutely fantastic. Finish that totem off. There we go. And how many cards do I have in my hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can still draw next turn. Absolutely perfect. A fine use of the first auctioneer. It's the second one you need to be really protective over. I've got Blood Mage in my hand, which isn't going to be terribly useful, but next turn I probably won't be going off again. I might be loot hoardering into an SI7 agent. It just depends how well he gets rid of my auctioneer. I kind of think I want to put 2 conceals in this deck over 1, just because it's so useful. Alright, there's the Unbound. Maybe a Feral Spirit is going to follow. Oh, a Lightning Bolt. So an Earth Shock after that, I imagine. There's no way he's going to leave me the auctioneer. He wouldn't just injure it. Okay, that is very inefficient removal, and I am happy for him doing that. Using 6 damage and 2 cards to get rid of my 1. I am okay with this. What is next? Blade Flurry. Glorious. So we are going to play the Loot Hoarder. We are going to SI7 him. And then, I believe, for the purposes of drawing a poison to play with Blade Flurry, I am simply going to keep my weapon. Yes, indeed, I'm in no rush to go hard, because, you know, got a rap, and like, alright, here we go. Boom, chick, chick, boom, boom. Yo, my name is Valera, can you hear ya? I got my miracle, it's gonna be terrifical. I'm just gonna end all my wordicals in this songical with ickle, because it makes that I'm rhymical, and it's like a stylical that I choseical from birthical, because I got my Leroy, and I got my Shadow Stepsicles. I'm gonna do 28 damage in 1 turn, you gotta learn, I got cards to burn. You better yearn for my kind of skill, cause yours is pig swill. You ain't got nothing, you just gotta pay my bill. Don't even mess with my homie Jill. Yo, Jill is on the mic, and I'm a... I don't really know where I went from in that at all. Yay, give me... Ooh, auctioneer. Looks like we might be doing stuff after all. Give me something good. Deadly Poison. Fantastic. There goes the auctioneer into the deadly do I want to prep, actually? Because if I don't want to waste the prep on a deadly poison, I'm going to do a deadly yes! Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then the preparation. There we go. I get a free Fan of Knives, which is a double draw. And the Shiv is fantastic as well. Although I will burn a card if I play the Shiv, which obviously isn't ideal. But I kind of don't really have a way to not, if you get me. Because, honestly, it doesn't matter if I burn a card. It really, really doesn't at this stage, because I have enough to do fine lethal. So I'm going to Shiv him, bring him down to 1. And there's Edwin Van Cleef. That's good. So what's the card I'm going to lose? A Deadly Poison. That's absolutely fine, honestly. And yes, I am good. He's not going to kill me with 9 damage. Next turn, I can Blade Flurry. And that should be a wrap. Okay, yeah, I'm going to burn another card next turn. In fact, if he doesn't play a taunt, forget killing everything, I can just win next turn. He's got 9 damage, even if he Bloodlust, and he can't double Bloodlust. The Lightning Storm is just to buff that guy up and get rid of my guy, that's fine. Yeah, I'm not dead this turn, completely not dead, and that means that I've won. Okay, yeah, completely won now. I'm going to take 10 damage, and then I'm going to Leroy him into Oblivion. I'm going to do 6, 12, 18, attack with my free 1, perfect. I say it. Oh no! Not Totemic Might! No! It's fine. I just don't get. No, Cold Blood! No! I'll pretend. I'll pretend that I'm really mad about that. And then just kill him anyway. Leroy Jenkins! Boom in your face. Shadow Step back to me. And then I'm gonna boom in your face. There you go. And then I'm gonna Shadow Step. It feels so bullshit, doesn't it? Like, so supremely, unbelievably... Yeah, there he goes. I feel so bad. I do. I feel bad. Oh my god. Alright, guys. To make up for losing that game, I am going to do one more. Now, I do warn you in advance, potentially, just slightly potentially maybe, there might be another fuck-up jump cut in this game, but it's okay because 2 games with a fuck-up jump cut make up for 1 game, add together to form a 1 whole game, and I normally do 2 games in these episodes, so technically we're fine. Now here is, oh, a Druid, lovely. Druids are good to play against as well. Any slow control deck tends to lose to Miracle Rogue. Okay. Terrible starting cards, really, really terrible. I'm going to keep the Eviscerate just because Druids play a lot of 4 health minions, but the rest I want some card draw. Auctioneer is fine, Shadow Step always good to have, as 2 of them are required for the combo. And a Shiv, again, fantastic. I'm actually kind of happy with... Oh, this Druid is a Legend rank player as well. Well, this is a test of fire for my new Miracle Rogueness. Yes, indeed. Now, do I want to use the Shiv or save the Shiv? For now, I'll just get a Dagger on because it's a clear board and it's safe to do so. Next turn, if he plays something, I might be able to Shiv it if it's got 2 health, maybe a Panther. Although, who plays Power of the Wild for the Panther unless you're desperate, let's be honest. I hope he's not a Token Druid, because Token Druids are a lot harder to deal with than Ramp for a Miracle Rogue, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay, Loot Hoarder. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Just an extra card draw. What more could you want? Kill it with your thing, take 2 damage, peel the armor, and I'm doing well. Already nearly at the point where I can Auctioneer, but he did get the coin, which is irritating. That's fine as well. We both get a card draw, and nothing really changes. What am I going to get? Boom! Shadow Step. Glorious. And then Conceal as well. The Conceal is real. Okay. Do I want to do anything? I'll hit him. And I'll do that, and I'll Shiv, because, honestly, I might as well get the extra draw. I do have another Shiv. Backstab, absolutely fine. I've got a lot of low mana, I've got preps, I've got conceals. Don't let Auctioneer know! Make one wrong play, and your opponent will have lethal! But it's only lethal for today. It's agony to wait the turn. Tell the cards to play Leroy! That's my impromptu parody there. We're doing well. We are doing well. Because I don't have that much to go on because he hasn't played anything yet, I'm going to play the Drake. Lovely, and Eviscerate. That's perfect for the prep. Yep, next turn I am going to make him bleed. Because I might actually be able to Eviscerate his face because this guy doesn't know how to play a minion. He must have a really bad hand if it got filled with such high-level guys. But that also means I might be facing an Ancient of War in taunt mode. Have I called it? That's the only reason I could see him going to 8 mana. Oh no, Ragnaros. That's... please hit me, please hit me. Awesome, alright, doesn't matter anymore. Sweet. Alright, Auctioneer, on you go. And because I've got the spell power, everything else is so much better. I can simply do that for the free, and then that for the 5, because I'm going to prep it. Get me another kill. There we go. Get me another kill. Get me another kill. No, I want another card. That's perfect, and then I am going to Eviscerate for 5 damage, get rid of him. There's another Drake, and that is good, and that is all I really need, but just because I want to keep the Auctioneer on the field to do it again next turn, I am going to Conceal and get another agent. Nice, another agent, my first agent, all of the agents, and I mean I keep spell power on the field, which means I've got another 5 Eviscerate, and I've got 8 damage in the form of those 2. Even if he plays an Ancient of War, which I had a sneaking suspicion he might, I'm in the position here to draw into a sap. And if I draw into a sap, then I am in a very good position. So I'm going to play the Deadly Poison. What is with me playing Deadly Poison on a 1/1 weapon? Oh, okay. Do I want to do this? Yeah, it's the only way I can get a draw. And then hopefully from that... Ooh, a Van Cleef. Van Cleefy boy. So, I think the sensible thing to do is the 5 damage here, which is unfortunate because... Ooh, a prep as well. A prep is very useful here. Yes, indeed. Do I want to use it, though? Do I want to risk it for a biscuit? I do want to risk it because I enjoy biscuits. Fun and knives! Beautiful! There's the 2 damage. And a Cold Blood, also useful. Double draw from that. Fantastic. Then I can Blade Flurry, get rid of that and my weapon while doing the damage to him, getting me another draw, and there's a sap for if he plays another taunt next turn. And that worked out beautifully. Yes, it did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 cards in my hand, which I don't want to have, and as I'm going to be attacking him this turn anyway... Oh yeah, oh well, it's still fine. I'm in a position where losing Leroy wouldn't be the end of the world, so, because he's on 8 health, and I do have a Van Cleef to follow things up. I could, honestly, with the amount of health he's on, I could just SI7 Agent, bounce that back twice to do 6 damage from his ability. He's not going to get through both these Drakes. I've got sap. Yeah, typically, calling it, next turn I will get Leroy burned, but I think it's going to be fine. And the reason I put the Deadly the deadly poison, not the deadly poison, the cold blood on the Drake is because it forces him to keep the auctioneer alive. Yep, we've definitely won. Okay, so first things first, we are going to sap him back to the hand. And there's a backstab, that doesn't really matter for us, which lets us SI7 agent onto him. Then return him to the hand, do another SI7 agent for another 2 damage. I can't believe I'm working without Leroy, that's a fantastic way of winning. Another SI7 agent for 2. And yes, I'm just going to do it again because I can. Oh look, and there's the other SI7 agent, typical. Boom. There you go, my druid friend. Yep, give up. Damn straight you give up. See, you don't need the massive Leroy combo, and you still do fantastically. Alright, guys, down into rank 6. I am really feeling it with this Miracle Rogue. That has been the legend journey for today. Hopefully, I will make it this season. I really, really want it. See, literally 6 Rogue wins in my entire career, or most of them from playing Miracle Rogue today. So I am really happy. My name has been Rage. I will be doing like a deck 101 soon to go over a few of my custom decks, because they're all kind of fun and definitely competitive. But either way, leave a like if you enjoyed this. It really does help me, and I do appreciate if you just press the button for a few seconds, because YouTube is broken. Okay, cool. I hate asking that so much. And subscribe if you enjoyed this. Goodbye.